What's up, brothers? Welcome back to the driveway where we discuss all the things that your daddy should have told you, but he never did. I'm back from my social media hiatus, and I've got a really good video for you today, so you're going to want to stick around and watch this one from beginning to end. So without further ado, let's get on with the video.
Are you ready for LFA?
Alright guys, today I want to talk a little bit about No-Fap. Now this is an issue that I've never really felt a need to cover in the past. It doesn't really fall in line with my style of content, but I was sort of awakened this week when one of my favorite pro bodybuilders, who goes by the name of Larry Wheels, came out with a video confessing his addiction to cam girls and internet porn, and more than likely an addiction to fapping. And he discussed like the areas of his life that are being compromised because of this. And if it can happen to him, who's got the looks, the money, the status, the supermodel girlfriend, and all of that stuff, he's like the epitome of what you visualize when you think of an alpha male. If it can happen to him, well, it's probably happening to the majority of my audience, and the majority of guys that stumble upon to content in the manosphere, whether it be pickup artist, dating coach, incel, MGTOW content. A lot of you guys are probably struggling with something like this. Now, the reason why I don't typically talk about No-Fap is because this is something that I have already ingrained into my life. Okay, it's second nature for me. It's not like I'm sitting around saying, oh, it's a 30-day streak or a 60-day streak. I don't do that. It's already ingrained in me. I don't go home and watch internet porn and, do all that stuff. I just don't do it. And none of you guys should be doing it. Let me give you an example why. Now, whether you're looking for a healthy relationship, something long-term and meaningful, or you're looking for a fun and exciting dating life with multiple women, or maybe you're just some dude who's struggling and you're looking to get laid, No-Fap is going to help you reach your goal. Now, if you have gone several months without getting laid, or even let's say a month without getting laid, and let's say you've gone several days without busting a nut, you're going to find yourself in situations. You could be at the grocery store, you could be at the gym, you could be taking a walk at a park. I don't care where you're at. You're going to find yourself with the drive and a primal urge to approach beautiful women and talk to them and start deep conversations with them. And you're not even going to know why, but this is how your sex drive works. So when you No-Fap, it gives you that sex drive that you're supposed to have, and it's going to put all your insecurities, all of the things that you're unsure about yourself, it's going to put all of that stuff in the back, and all you're going to have is this drive that's going to push you and compel you to talk to beautiful women and start conversations with them. Now, there's a lot of stuff in the manosphere, a lot of dating coaches and pickup artists, they try to give you strategies with women. Listen, letting it happen naturally is the best thing that you can possibly do. So when you have this urge to approach women and start deep conversations with them, what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself in situations where you don't want the conversation to end. She doesn't want the conversation to end, but it has to, so you have to part ways. And naturally, you're just going to get her contact info. Maybe she's going to ask you for your phone number. You never know, but when you're having a good conversation and neither one of you want it to end, well, you're going to find a way to extend that conversation, even if you can't do it at this moment. So that's when you may trade contact info. And that's going to lead to a first date, or maybe she's going to come over, maybe you guys are going to hook up, maybe it's going to lead to some sort of a meaningful long-term relationship. You never know, but that's how it works, and that's how you let it happen naturally. It's not that complex. And a lot of guys are really missing out on opportunities, and they don't even realize it, because they wake up in the morning, they open up their laptop, they look at some porn, they bust a nut, and they lose that urge to talk to beautiful women. Now, if you don't want to talk to women, then okay, keep doing it. But if you're somebody that wants to have a better, just better experiences with women overall, you shouldn't be doing that. You need to save that drive and use it the way it's supposed to be used. And if you find yourself in a long-term relationship, you should still definitely be practicing No-Fap. Because if you have a porn addiction and you're in a relationship, you're going to neglect your girlfriend or your wife, and we all know that a strong sex life is the glue that holds a relationship together. You're supposed to get home from a stressful day of work, throw your keys on the coffee table, you see your girlfriend or your wife standing there in the kitchen doing dishes or whatever it is she's doing, and you're supposed to put the moves on her. You're supposed to get her intoxicated with her hormones and her endorphins, her dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. She's supposed to be excited and be drunken with hormones, and you're supposed to have a crazy sex life, and you're supposed to have a lot of sex, and that's how it's supposed to go. If you're watching internet porn and you're masturbating constantly, you're using that drive on a computer screen, and you're getting that dopamine fix on that computer screen and massaging yourself, and you're neglecting your girlfriend or your wife, and that's going to cause a relationship to fall apart. But like I said, most of you guys are probably single, and it's basically going to cause a relationship to fall apart before it even happens, because you're going to lose that sex drive, and you're never even going to approach the woman of your dreams. You're never going to get that strong relationship. You're never going to get that sex with that woman. So, no matter what stage you're at, No-Fap is something you should be practicing. And there's also a second part to this, and that is internet porn addiction, because most people that are fapping on a regular basis are also watching internet porn on a regular basis. This is going to warp your view of what intersexual dynamics are supposed to be like. You don't just walk into a locker room and take your clothes off and all the women's jaws hit the floor and then their panties hit the floor, and then you're having some crazy sports sex where you're just like smashing the shit out of her. That's not the way that it works. It's more like the sex scene in the Titanic. Everything leads up to it, and then she's kind of drunken and intoxicated with hormones and endorphins, and then you have sex. You play her like an instrument. You don't beat her like a punching bag. That's not the way that it works. So, the porn just gives you a warped reality and really gives you unrealistic expectations of what sex is supposed to be like, and also it's going to turn you into somewhat of a weirdo. If you just walk up to a woman and get naked and expect her to like what she sees, you're probably going to go to jail. You're going to be a weirdo. Come on. You don't do that shit. And that's what porn teaches you to do. So altogether, fapping and watching internet porn is going to hinder your success in life and with women. So I highly recommend you practice No-Fap. And I think you'll find yourself, after a few days of doing it, you'll find that it's not really that hard to do, and you'll start to see these improvements in your life, and you'll see that what I'm saying is 100% true, and you probably won't want to go back. But if you do have a situation when you want to go back, be sure to like this video so you can archive it, and you can come back and watch this video again later, and you can get a little bit more inspiration, and you can keep your journey going. So anyways, guys, that's all I have today on that subject. I hope this video was somewhat informative. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload videos. On Friday nights, I typically do interviews with other popular YouTubers. They're usually fun and interesting, and I hope you get to know other people in the manosphere. And also, I upload these little one-off videos on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays whenever I can. And they do pretty well, and I think most of you guys like these videos, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you're always updated. That's all I have for today, guys. LFA signing out. See ya.
You guys are all doing it incorrectly. Come on, push it. You're not squeezing your erections and feeling like you're supposed to. Come on, push it. All of you. Hell, I still did it like an idiot. Come on, push it, man. Come on, push it. Squeezing your erections like an idiot.